Hello world, I welcome you once again. This is Evangelist B reporting live from the Republic of Ireland. I bless the name of the Lord God Almighty, who has given us this very wonderful day to meet once again as a family. Blessed be the name of the Lord, who is giving us the strength to march on relentlessly for the restoration of Republic of Biafra. I want to use this opportunity to welcome everybody out there on board. I am your host today, Evangelist B. I have arrived again to discuss an important information that is very deadly. A deadly killing machine that the enemy have provided to ensnare us and to put us into confusion and misery. I welcome you, brother. I welcome you, sister, that have arrived. This is BC Radio 1 News. We are broadcasting live from the Republic of Ireland. Please, I would want to let you share this video right now, copy the link, send it in WhatsApp, send it in the Messenger, send it in the Facebook, send it in the Telegram, and any social media that you can be able to send it. Please try to share this video because it's very important that we lecture ourselves, because the enemy have many devices that they are using against us, and they are well equipped more than us. They are very sophisticated, but we are like David, who destroyed the Goliath, the strongest man of that age. I say all hail Biafra, all hail Republic of Biafra, all hail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, Muhammadike one. And with that wasting time, I want to use this opportunity to console our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, for his father that was just deceased. May his soul and the soul of our mother rest in peace in the bosom of the Most High God. And I want to thank Nnamdi Kanu, especially a man that have sacrificed everything. He said he will sacrifice everything sacrificable to make this Biafra to be a reality. And my prayer this moment is that God will comfort him, keep him, assist him, console him for the wife, the brother as well, that have been in exile with him for the sake of Biafra. It is a noble price that is paying for his people, and for him to ignore the danger that his father and his mother is facing just for the freedom of his people. I pray that God Almighty will keep him alive. He will see this Biafra. He will lead us in Biafra. He will be the first Prime Minister of Biafra. Whether anybody like it or not, they should go to hell. And I want to use this opportunity to also thank every leader and members of IPOB. Any one of you, from the top to the least, those of you that are committed financially, those that are supporting in many other ways, I am praying that God Almighty will keep all of you. And I want to use this opportunity as well to say my apologies to those of you that have called me and wanted to talk with me. Most of the time, this very telephone that I'm using for this program is always in this desk. I don't go out with it, and that is the problem. But if I see any call, any attention needed, I will call back like I just did few minutes ago. But the person that I called back was not able to. I don't know, it's from United States of America. Maybe he's sleeping or he's at work. I don't know. I try always to call back, so long as it's WhatsApp that we can call free with the internet data. So I apologize for those of you, those that put voice notes, also for commenting, and those that type commenting on the previous discussion, mostly the one that we talked about was Rike last week. I thank every one of you for your contributions. We are all making this effort. I don't hate Wazirika. I don't hate any Igbo elder or leader. But I cannot condone their stupidity and their foolishness. A man who cannot protect the wife or the children is not equal to be a man. He is not supposed to be a man. Even a woman that is doing well protecting the family is more stronger and more brave than the man. So I say, may God bless all of you, and I hope you accept my apology. Right now, we want to discuss an important issue. This is not the first time, but this is the issue that I brought up the moment it came out newly, the BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo is what we want to talk about today again. You know, the Bible said that devil is very smart. He uses subtleness. Subtleness means using very cunning and gentle way of disseminating information so that people will be influenced and hypnotized by those informations. And that is what the media does with their radio station, with their television station, with their social media. All these things are ways of social construction and manipulation of human dignity. And the reason why it is very important that we should deliberate into this issue and discuss it is because we want to verify the authenticity, the benefit, the importance, the appropriateness of this BBC Igbo to the Igbo people, to the Biafrans. Because if we neglect it, it is another digital colonialism. BBC Igbo is another, I call it now digital colonialism, which the British government have been using BBC radio, BBC television, because they are the first to come out in the world that exists in this world. So they have been using these things to manipulate people. But this is the things we want to look into, their devices. the way we want to follow their trends, the way, the route they walk, how they walk. And I am specifically focusing on the one titled the BBC Igbo that we saw that came out about maybe 2 years ago. And gradually they are taking ground. And some of us who are intellectuals don't even know the danger and implications of this very killing machine. And that's what I want to talk about today. Please share this video to everywhere you can. Copy the link, send it to your friends in WhatsApp, Instagram, anywhere they could be able to watch it, send it to them. And before we go on, we want to talk to Chukwu Okike Abiarutamana, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who created us and who chose us among the people of the world and said that this is my treasure. Father, we thank you for another opportunity and a day like this that we want to look into the enemy's techniques and tricks which they use against us. A poisonous apps they want to use to manipulate the mindset of our people. Please, I pray that your children will be able to understand the tricks of the enemies and be able to avoid and be able to understand the way the enemy works, how they manipulate people in order to avert this danger they are imposing to us. I pray also that Biafra will stand. Nothing will stop Biafra. I pray that there will be a divine intervention from heaven as regard to the issue of Biafra. I know that Biafra is coming. I know that Biafra is at our fingertips. But Heavenly Father, we are praying that our brothers and sisters who have not known the enemy tricks, that their spiritual eye will be open for them to understand and give even we ourselves that are making our contribution or effort through donation, through monthly contribution as members of IPOB. Bless every one of them so that they will be able to continue their contribution. And bless our leader Mazen Nandekano. Sometimes I think and I wonder the type of mind you gave to him, that a lot of Igbo people who claim to be the elites and even some other minor people, common men and women, they are not seeing the good work he's doing. Some people are still cursing him, doubting him, abusing him. Even when his father have died in exile, his mother died in exile, which you are being an example for them to understand that this man is not what they think he is. This I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Once again, this is Biafran Christian Radio, BC Radio 1 News, where we expose the activities of the workers of iniquities, the enemies and workers of darkness, the Fulani oligarchy, Yoruba, those that hate us because we are called the children of God. Because anywhere we go, we prosper. They mock at us. They say, oh, they will come to Lagos. They will come with a polythene bag. Before you know it, they will build 3 decking instead of them to imitate us. But rather they want to kill us. We thank you, Lord. Yes, Biafran Christian Radio, BC Radio 1 News. Today I want to talk about the issue that I've discussed some time ago. It is very important because I follow these people, and as someone who studies social science, and they know how it works and how they manipulate people, I want to remind our people again, in case if they have forgotten, that we as a people cannot have a foreign media representing us. I know you heard very well what I said. How can somebody who claims to be an educated individual, those people who claim to be elite, go and negotiate and invited a foreign killing machine to put his brothers and sisters into enslavement again? Excuse me. The man who brought this BBC Igbo is one of the people that claim to be the Igbo elites. But this BBC Igbo is another social construction designed by some of our elite and British government to be able to tell us how we can go our daily living and how we can live our life, because the media controls the people. Social media also control the people. The people that work in media, like a television station, radio station, those that work in Facebook, Instagram, and maybe YouTube, and messengers, all these apps, they are social scientists. Do you hear what I said? They are social scientists whom they employed to manipulate people. When we're talking about social structure, we are talking about presentation of falsehood through radio, newspaper, all these social apps, television station, and every media where a publicity can be projected to the society. They use it to reconstruct the mental state of the people. They present you something that looks like what is good, but the intention is to get you influenced, addicted. Some of us today believe that we are our own masters of our fate and the captain of our soul. It is not so, I must tell you. You see that all this social media, the intention is to tell you what to do, what you will like, and to make you even to like what you don't like, by then controlling your own will. And you think that I'm a man of my own, I am this, I am that. Think about how many hours we spend in social media. Social media take most of the hours you have in a day. You spend most of your time there. What is it benefiting you? You cannot give an account of what you are benefiting, why you spend 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours just moving from one page of your mobile devices to another. It's an addiction, and they want you to get addicted. And when they put you into that mood, that means they are now controlling you. It's like somebody who is taking alcohol from time to time, every day. You become habitual to the alcohol intake. You see that the alcohol will go into your chemical system and dominate it to the extent that anytime the time that you're supposed to take alcohol, or the time you usually take the alcohol, if you doesn't take the chemical in your brain will discharge a signal bringing you the taste and the feeling and the want of that alcohol, then you will go. The same thing happened to drugs. So these are the works of the medias. The media will not tell you exactly the way things are. They will be picking, selecting. They will be specific to certain information they produce because they want you to behave in a certain way. And when somebody make you to begin to behave in a certain way according to his wish, that means that individual is the one that is controlling your life. So let me not go too far, but I just want to give you some analysis on how this thing works. This BBC Igbo is another means of slavery. You know, slavery. There came the world before in the ancient time engaged into enslavement by force. But today, they are no longer using by force or machine or whipping to flog you with cane. They use incentives. They use gift. Present something that you like in order to enslave you. Let me give you an example. If you have watched BBC Igbo from the one that it came out, did you observe that BBC Igbo, initially so many people were happy. The first day the BBC Igbo came out, I was the first person that condemned the BBC Igbo. Why did I condemn it? The reason why I condemn it because I studied social science. And I found out that it is not profitable for a nation to have another nation presenting their culture to their people. No. Before the person agreed to engage into such a business, there is an intention behind those things you are seeing. Now, have you seen BBC one day showing the activities of Nigerian government since that television came out? Have you seen that BBC Igbo presenting the activities of Nigerian government against our people? If you have seen, please go and Google it where you saw it and bring it for me. Have you seen where the BBC Igbo is going after in the street, going to the street to meet with those people that we call IPOB members and ask them questions with that Igbo language. Why are they carrying the flag? They cannot do it because they believe that if they do that, they are helping you to project your movement. All the military checking point, that is one of the greatest important issue for as consignors as the Igbo people. Everywhere, have you seen the BBC Igbo talk about those military garrisons they mounted on our roads, both local and federal road? Have you seen it? Have you seen the BBC Igbo gone to the market, local markets? Some of our markets are full of dustbin and there is this pond waters that this water that have no drainage, that moving it, that is in the market, in the street, everywhere. Have you seen BBC gone to the local people and asking them what they think about this road? Have you seen them? You cannot see such thing. It's a deadly weapon. It's a killing machine. BBC is a poisonous weapon. BBC Igbo, even the BBC International, they are all poisonous killing machine. Do you know that the purpose of anybody opening a radio station or television station is for money making? Do you agree with me? If they open the BBC Igbo, do you think they can be able to go to do the business with the local people? Which they're supposed to do as well, because the radio station stands like an activist, or television station. They stand like an activist who supposed to, when they see something that is affecting the public, majority of the people in the public, they will be concerned and begin to project the image in their television station. When they project it, what they are giving signal to the government that, look at that place, you need attention, you need to go there. But they will not do it. So now, because I said it is a business, what they are going to do is to be bought off by those same elites or the government, who will dictate for them and tell them, don't say this, don't say that, don't say. They give them a kind of code of conduct on what to publish and what not to publish. Anything that will bring a questioning or underestimate the capacity and the ability of the government taking care of their children or their society, citizens, they will not go that area. They will not. So now, think about the type of people that BBC will engage into the business with. They can interview Nyanwodo. They can interview Rocha Sokorocha. They can interview Abaribe. I understand that also Abaribe himself also used that opportunity and talk about what happened to against the IPOB. If they see any way, any means of forbidding him from saying something about IPOB, they will do it. You see, the day they interview our leader Mazen Nandekano, he said something else. They went home and reinterpret what he said to fool the gullibles. Rocha Sokrocha, they will interview him, and all the governors like Ikbazu, all these people, because These are the people that will give them money. And the purpose of that BBC Igbo is not for you and me. They are there to suppress you, and it's a means of suppression. A means of suppression. So they are not going to do anything good for us. That's why you have not seen BBC Igbo. All they will be talking about, oh, Igbo language sikwage, omenani Igbo sikwage, omenani Igbo asikwage. Fulani herdsmen will kill somebody in the farm, rape a woman. Have you seen any one, single one that BBC Igbo have shown? So now you ask yourself question of what benefit is this BBC Igbo for us? What are we benefiting from them? The thing that pains me so much is that some of us that claim to be elite, these guys, we use them, project good image for the bad governor. Can anybody tell me? I'm not saying that Igbo language is not important. Some people, when the BBC Igbo came newly, they said, now we have seen a means or channel whereby our Igbo language could be promoted. I look at these people, I say that these people have mental disorder. They have problem in the brain. If you go to England, they have what they call language lab. If you come to Ireland, the universities, they have language laboratory. That is a lab in short form. What are they doing in the language lab? There are people who design language, like English language. You see every year or every 4 years, the Cambridge University will announce, if you know any new language of English you want to bring in place, bring it. We negotiate and look at it, we test them and look for the finest one. Then they bring out that language and add it into their own language. So in the language laboratory is like where a scientist is testing a certain, making a research for a certain means of curing sickness or developing medicine. You are testing it in every angle to make sure that you make it very authentic. When they gather the number of words they want, new English language they want, English word, not English word they want, they will now publish it, add it into the dictionary. These are the ways to develop language. It is not television station that is a commercial business affair that will come. What time has he? Now he shows me that I'm speaking. I say, okay, now Igbo. Getting home and mean. On any new Igbo language or wepotara. Igbo language I be before. That eventually they change it to something. It is people who has the capacity, the power of this language, who knows, who understand it very well. Look at the things and try to rename things or change letters or pronunciations or words we use in Igbo language in order to bring out the finest suitable Igbo language. If we have linguistians who study Igbo language very well, they could be developing once Igbo central language. That means Anambra accent will not be different anymore. Imo State accent will not be different, and they does this thing in the lab, and government will bring it out, teach it in the school. From kindergarten, children will understand it, be familiarize themselves with this, speak it fluently. It become a national central accent that is not. If you go to Afibo person is speaking and you think he's speaking Fulani, or you think he's speaking Yoruba, but he's speaking in Igbo language. These things are done with linguistics and in the lab. Now tell me how we, the Igbo people, we have so many professors. We have people who claim also that they are professors of Igbo. They study linguistic. But these men were there. They brought us BBC Igbo. And why is it that we don't have an indigenous television station that where we can say, okay, this is the one that can even, we'll be having Igbo language lectures program as a certain period of time in a week or in a day or in a month to project into our people. The BBC will only just for manipulation. Where they see people are suffering, they will overlook it. They will not go there. They will not say anything because it's not of their interest. Their interest is for you to suffer more so that they will be making money. I ask you again, have you seen, since we saw this system came out, have you seen anywhere they are focusing on using Igbo language, interviewing people on the street? About this military checking point. Have you seen it? Police are now babushing them mad in Abuno. They can never go that area because it's out of their interests. They are not concerned about the suffering of people. They are not concerned about it. But they will interview somebody and want you to say how Igbo person, how proud you are as an Igbo person. Then you are proud without the power of reasoning. You are proud of talking, oh, BBC, but I ain't BBC, but I call in Nigeria today. But have they talked anything that happens today? Local masses that police are shooting every day. We have account of people who police shot every day because of 100 naira, because of 50 naira. Have you ever seen BBC Igbo shown this thing? You can never see. Yes, because they censor every news they want to publish. They sit down. Or even if there is any mistake, somebody says something that is against the government, they will edit it. They will edit it and remove that place and blend it together again. You will not know that it was it. Every of the news that they bring in the public, when they finish, they are like us that are doing our own live now. They're not gonna do like that. You think you see them live on the street, you say they are doing live. When they go, they have to play it, watch it again, and find out anywhere that is not to their own interest, they will edit it. So BBC was another means of slavery, another means of social construction, a social manipulation. Social manipulation. For example, BBC Igbo will go and televise or show the day Ekweremadu was gave money to people. the day Ekweremadu gave money to people to come out and rally and say that they are against the treatment IPOB gave to Ekweremadu, BBC will quickly go and show that one, because they want people, the projection of bad image against we or against the IPOB members, against Nnamdi Kanu, so that the mindset of the people Ndi Igbo niile na watch ya and ahụta Nnamdi Kanu and his group as a people who are not disciplined. That is the main focus. Now, we are seeing the images of where Fulanis are bringing ammunition to our state and offloading and doing. Have you seen the BBC Igbo? Shown Ndi Igbo anyị hapụgodo ikwu ya n'okwu ọkwasị nọ nke Igbo. They say it's Igbo BBC. Have you seen where they see this ammunition intercepted by the police or by the local people? And BBC Igbo abịa mewe ndị mmadụ interview sị na kedu ihe ị nwere ike ikwu? What do you want to say, or what can you say about this ammunition they discovered? Say it in Igbo language to create awareness for our old mothers and fathers that is in the village, for them to be aware of the invasion that we are entering into. BBC will not do it. Do you know one thing? I think the BBC Igbo is another sabotage against the survival of Ndi Igbo. It's another sabotage. Igbo people is very good in selling their brothers. They are very... Nwodo is the one who brought this BBC Igbo. Go and check it anywhere. Go and check it anywhere. I'm not a prophet, but I am telling you, he is behind this BBC Igbo. And the reason why they brought this BBC Igbo is to make our people not to give much interest into the IPOB activities. But I was happy, I thank God that before they came, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have already saturated the land with his information, with his news, and with his own local radio stations and the satellite radio station that people have known much of it. So, and the heat wave of Biafra have also gotten into so many, even interior areas of the villages, before the BBC Igbo is coming out. But why I am making this very streaming today to discuss about this BBC Igbo? They are trending and they are continue trending, and you know they have money, the money they stole from the zoo, and they are using it to finance that VVC bloody thing. So they're not gonna give up. Why I am making the video is to tell our people some of the things that we ignore, but it's like what our people call mmiri mana na-egbuji. You know, when you plant seed or yam or anything, there is this water, or when the rain fall, there is a place where water goes underground. The earth doesn't suck the water properly, but underground, the water is very visible inside the ground. So the seed you plant, like yam you planted, because of that water, presence of that water, that yam cannot do very well. It will rotten. It will rotten. Because the yam or the seed you plant need heat sometimes. It needs water at a certain stage, and that water will vanish, and the heat will come. That what bring a little bit moisture that will help the seeds to grow. in our place, we say that those water that goes, they don't go deep the ground, but they are under the sun. They destroy the crops you planted. This is the symbol of BBC. They present themselves as if they are projecting the image of Igbo. But what you will try to observe, try to find out, what areas are they projecting the image of Igbo? If we have this BBC Igbo, it will project our language. It will project our culture. It will project the type of food, our marital system. It will project it. It will project it. It will also project afflictions that are coming against us. The afflictions is the killings of the masses. If they are projecting every other area like culture, just like people that are doing Igbo Union, Igbo Amaka, for example, in United Kingdom, Igbo Congress, and all the names you can give them, they are doing it. Oh, we are projecting our culture. We want white people to know who we are. But there is danger that you are facing at home. You are not equally projecting that danger to tell the people you want to show that you are telling Oyibo man that everything is well with you. With your appearance, when you wear all those akama, all those beads, some of them a teacher cream, nacha, kawani. Oyibo hugo, the picture of your statue, go see that you are well at home, everywhere, that you people are well to do. Not knowing that some of these idiots cannot even travel home. They are afraid of, even for 30 years, they have not traveled home. Now tell me your joy. Tell me what makes you happy. That you put on good fashions, dress very well. There are women a chafishi for a year less. Ana bahari. Oworo mbozo ọkụ na-agba. Ona afọ na-agboto ona silekwe ihe na ahase mmanụ. So what I'm trying to say is that if the BBC Igbo is for us, he will not project only the things that will make people to think of Nigeria. He will project the images of afflictions of people, sufferings of people, depravities of people, hunger that is wiring people today, the roads that are very, very dangerous and unmotorables, even untrackable, impassable roads. BBC Igbo will be going there to show it, because it's in Igbo land, representing the Igbo. You cannot present me that you want me to speak my language, or you are projecting my language. But there is a snake that twisted in my leg while you are interviewing me. You are not putting your camera down to see that I am in bondage, that there is something holding me there. This is dangerous, my brother. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. And I wanted to say something about our brother Abaribe. I'm not condemning him, because he's trying now. God is helping him, and God will continue to help him. And Evangelist Elliot and other people, ADF leadership and all this, they have been interviewed in this BBC Igbo, and they have spoken their mind representing us. But I want them to speak out and tell the BBC Igbo that this place is like I'm saying it right now. Tell them, look at the roads. None is built. Go to school. BBC Igbo kwesịrị ịga na schools. Ụmụaka na-ede akwụkwọ n'ana. ụfọdụ tụkwasị na laps ha na-ede ụfọdụ mmiri na-ezo ọ na-ama ha. BBC Igbo should go there with Igbo language, interview the students in that very place. So onye hụrụ this BBC Igbo marakwa na poison ka ọ nye ndị Igbo, poison ọjọọ ka ọ nye ndị Igbo. And again, ekwugo m ya before, ask him, what is the need that we have professors, educated people? Ask Nandi Igbo the intelligent, the Igbo people, they say they are most intelligent people now in the whole Africa. I ask myself question every time. Where is the intelligence of Ndi Igbo? Where is intelligence? You are intelligent, you don't know that in some of them that is professor. Before you become a professor, you must have read so many books. You must have read so many books. Those books, what you are gathering is ideas of people. Some books are documentaries. Some of them are biography of some great men. That's what you are learning in the university. The things we do, they give you book, this book, go and read. This book, go and read. Then write an essay or thesis, whatever, 3,000 words, 5,000. While you are reading it, you are accumulating knowledge from different angles, and that knowledge will make you to think very vast. You are a professor. Because I have not seen any professor, any man that is educated from Igbo land that I have joined to condemn this BBC Igbo. I have not seen them. Now tell me why somebody who killed your mothers, your forefathers, put them in chain, rape their women, take them overseas, sold them like a goat in the market, will be the one to come and be a mouth speak for you, representation of you, presenting you to the world. What do you think the person is going to do? Do you think he's going to present your proper image? Do you think he's going to do that? They're not going to do that. Why do we allow some people to come from Elizabeth House in Buckingham Palace to come and give us something that speak for the people? Foreign media. I asked question before. Why is it there is no BBC France? There is no BBC China. There is no BBC North Korea. But they have BBC Hausa. They have BBC Africa. They have BBC Ibona. They have BBC Yoruba. Why? Because the black people are evil, mad people. They are insane. Somebody want to write your history for you. The man or the woman that colonized you, rape your mother, rape your children, destroy every virtue, everything that God made you as a, dignify you as a human being. He rumble you to the ground and put into mud. Even up to today, talking against you, blocking you in the United Nations because they are permanent member of Security Council. You go and bring this killing machine to come and be murdering our people every day. Do you know that anybody that his senses is taken away from him, animal is more better than you? Any human being, brain your brain is no longer working. You cannot be able to use your brain to articulate or to judge things and to examine things and question things. You are more or less, in fact, animals have more value than you. We have professors, Igbo professors all over. We have all these people that have gone to take United Nations award as elite of Igbo people. There is no good representation for their people. And you are telling me that these people are normal human beings. This is the reason why black people will continue to be in slavery in perpetuity. until thy kingdom come. BBC Igbo, a very dangerous machine, a very bad killing machine. Now, let me tell you what the BBC Igbo is doing. You know, when you hear about social scientists, or let me start from social science. Social science is a study of human mind and human behavior. From there, you can see social scientists or someone who study human behavior, like people, for example, people have mental problems or autisms and many something that have some psychological influences in or disorderliness in the life of people. Like I said to you, Facebook. Have you seen yourself when you are watching Facebook? If you click something in Facebook, even when you move from that page, before you go to another 2 pages, they pop up that thing again because somebody is there monitoring you. They know that the moment you click that thing, they are monitoring you. They know that that thing you click shows a little interest to you from the beginning. So now what they will be doing is to following you up with that thing and popping it up. If you go 3 pages, you see that thing again. You go 4 pages. The next day, if you open your page, Facebook in the morning, let's assume in the morning you want to, okay, so let me relax a little bit. You have prayed, finished. You have read your Bible. Okay, let me look at Facebook. You see the products that you watched yesterday will appear first. It's like treat. You are putting a hook, giving the fish to attract fish, and if he swallows it and you use it to draw the fish out of the water. That is what they are doing. For the fact you have clicked it once, bam, they know that it shows you a little bit interest. They will pushing it and following you. That is the activities of the social scientists. They monitor human behaviors and human thinking. So BBC Igbo will now be manipulating the mind of our people. I will be talking about the ability of Ndi Igbo and Ndi Igbo. I will umu Chineke, for example. I will umu Jacob, for example. I will the best people in Nigeria. Na Nigeria and Agaga today, no I Ndi Igbo. The BBC Igbo will be projecting it to all the Igbo people. They know you in the Facebook. They know you by your names. They know you by your discussion, the things you type. Those social scientists are monitoring the things we are typing. And they read the information we type, the one you exchange to people. You tell your friend you like goat head, this and that, or what is it called? Mustachio or something of that. Tomorrow you see they will go to one of the people that subscribe as an advertiser for them that are selling mustachio, and they will pop it up to you. Now, BBC Igbo will be following us because we are bragging I will Chineke and I will Ndi Igbo, no I will the best in Nigeria. Mana ha okay atafu no. The rat that eating you and blowing breeze on the surface where is in your skin where is eating you. So you wouldn't feel the pain until when you wake up in the morning you see that when you want to walk your foot cannot grip on the ground very well. Then you know that something happened to you. So they will be projecting our bragging for us, and we use that bragging forgot the danger that we are facing. That is why it concerns me. That's why it concerns me. I've been monitoring BBC Igbo. I've been following them to see where they are commenting about the danger that Igbo is facing. We are at the verge of extermination. We almost at the verge where these people want to round us up. The BBC Igbo have never discussed with Onyi Igbo owner what is our problem. But BBC Igbo will go to Enugu State. Go and be televising the Hausa people that they brought from Enugu State. Na gwa ha na ha ndị Igbo. Anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Anyị ebigo ebe a for 100 years. Anyị ebigo ebe a for 1,000 years. Why do you think they are doing it? I love Okwu Igbo. Awum Igbo. Nne m onye Igbo. These are the people they are using to mingle within us so that they will be able to seize our land in the future. So that these people will become a thorn in our eye when we are talking about Biafra. I succeed there, Biafra. These people, they created their own fashion. See that the Igbos descendant of the north. But God will punish all of them because we poison all of them. They are not going to leave. They will go to the north and televise Igbo people that are speaking Igbo language. What do you think the BBC Igbo is doing? They are trying to influence our people at home to forget the problem, the killing, the destruction, the mayhem that is coming against them. They want to tell us to sympathize these animals that is in the north. Now let me tell you again how this social manipulation, how it works. I told you that the social science is the study of a human mind and human behavior. And this is how psychology also works. Psychology is the study of human mind and human behavior. So the way it works is I will look at you, I know the things you like, I present that thing you like with intention to get something from you. I know what I can do to deceive you, to remove your mind from a particular thing that I don't want you to focus, to give an attention. That is the way it works. We are talking that Dane Bundi Igbo na bai. BBC Igbo pụtara immediately na-aga ugwu Hausa na-aga televise ndị Hausa na-ataka ọnụ sị na ha na-asụ Igbo. Gaa Ebonyi steeti na-aga ndị almajiri ha tren gwere tren kọchara ha akụkọ Igbo. Ha sị na ha ebiela na Bayelsa, na ha ebiela ebe ahụ 20 years, na ha ebiela na Enugu 20 years, na nne ha jikwere wụrụ nka n'aka. That there is no need for us to think less of these people or think of disintegration or think of separation. That what we want to do is to blend ourselves with these people. They want us to sympathize these people. To sympathize. So the social construction we are talking about is when I come to the radio station as a governor, I begin to tell you all the good things that I have done for the Abia State people. But I cannot pinpoint one thing that I'm presenting and show it live. This is what I have done. But I will be talking bullshit on the air. I did this the other day. I did like Ojus Okalu told us before. I use my money to build Abia State. I use my money to do this. What Ojus Okalu is trying to do, or Ikbazu is trying to do, is to attract people's attention to sympathize. By sympathizing, you empathize. You follow him. You follow him. Become his fan. Oh, this man. But go and check where he used his money to build in Abia State. Abia State was good because Onona Kambakwe was the one who built Imo State when it was one Imo State. Ojus Okalo came and stole the money, the whole money, and tell us now if Ojus Okalo be talking, BBC will be showing him old mothers that is in the village that never travel to township We sympathize or Josokal. This is a social control, social construction. That is what we are talking about. Like one day, I was Elizabeth Place. Now, because you go on TV, now watch TV in Eliza. Since I be the by here na IPOB, I like them down. I like them. And this is in the study here social science. More a lot of handy and man and they devil, they or a cake when suka how. No, cook here must Biafra. My wife will cool in also name na television. In also name na television. Ne sympathizing the nebu one nebu chop frogo, age bafuta be a banner. You were wait to charm that very then say look at it. Okay, well, how dangerous he had. You don't think about him. But Mboga think about him. Or let assume na say okay na ndi birabiani na aga na ha akwụkwọ ha na. Ihu onye ọwụ na achali anya elu chete mgbe nka ha ga-ama that n'obodo ha jọrọ njọ. That is the time they will know is a dangerous place to go and live. But now you are comfortable. Mazi Nando Kano na agwa etu ego anyeri aka. All these things like this freedom fight, it needs money. Nigeria na lobby all the ambassadors from even Israeli ambassador. Every ambassador is representing themselves and the master who sent them an errand. That's who they are representing. They are not there for you. They cannot talk good of you and talk bad of the government. No. The government have already bribed all of them. If they kill 20 people, they will tell it's only one person that died. Shout from now to thy kingdom come. They will tell you that no. He bring the video. Ha play you has had any video say kuku unverified. Which means name is the magic. Ghana Lamwaga with the video. Na video na magid the authenticity of the video. All these things are manipulation to destroy human being. So many of us amagid the danger we are facing already with the BBC Igbo. Let me say it and say it again. If we get Biafra, BBC Igbo will become a thorn in our eye. They will divide us. Go and mark today's date. Write it down. This social machine, social killer, will instigate conflict between us and those so-called Almajiri that came from north to the Bayelsa state, to the Enugu state. If we are not intelligent to secretly remove these people, you know that we are going to be, Biafran government will be having problem. That's why it's concerning me. So many people ignore this area that I'm going now. Some people they are professors, they speak even English more than me. But their brain is empty-headed brain, because what makes a man different from animal is the ability to reason. Ability to reason. Any human being that is in this life, that you don't question things when they come across your way. You see things, you don't ask yourself, what is the intention of this thing? Why am I seeing this thing? Of what benefit will this thing show to me? Like, for example, let me come. You are a man and you are watching you are watching Facebook, or you saw suddenly pornographic picture or movie come across your way. You don't ask yourself question. You don't ask yourself question. The reason why that thing pop up is because they want to pollute your mind. There are people that are in secret court. These are worshippers of the devil. They are doing their evangelism the way Christians are doing their own evangelism. They use social media evangelism, popping up somebody. Why is it that somebody is popping up somebody that is having sex? Oral sex. Why? What benefit did, ask yourself question, why did this man send this thing to me? What did he want from me? Am I paying him? Why is he giving? Because he's an agent of darkness. Just like we go to this to the street to preach the gospel. Our intention is to save soul, to do the work of Christ. So the agent of darkness want to draw more people into Ogosigi. You don't ask yourself question, why is this thing coming to me? Okay, if I click this thing to watch it now, of what benefit will it give me? Oh, I see a woman having sex with a man, they are naked. My wife is always naked in front of me.